The Senate will come to order. I ask everyone to please rise and recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. In the absence of clergy, let us bow our heads in a moment of silent reflection or prayer. Reading of the Journal.
In Senate, Monday, February 2nd, 2026, the Senate met pursuant to adjournment. The Journal of Sunday, February 1st, 2026 was read and approved. On motion, the Senate adjourned.
Without objection, the Journal stands approved as read. Presentation of petitions, messages from the Assembly. Secretary will read.
Senator Webb moves to discharge from the Committee on Rules Assembly Bill number 9514, substituted for the identical Senate Bill 8792, third reading counter 79. Senator Clear moves to discharge from the Committee on Rules Assembly Bill number 9484, substituted for the identical Senate Bill 8759, third reading counter 150. Senator Skoufis moves to discharge from the Committee on Rules Assembly Bill number 9443, substituted for the identical Senate Bill 8780, third reading counter 152. Senator Cooney moves to discharge from the Committee on Rules Assembly Bill number 9456, substituted for the identical Senate Bill 8793, third reading counter 153. Senator Cooney moves to discharge from the Committee on Rules Assembly Bill number 9510, substituted for the identical Senate Bill 8817, third reading counter 154.
So ordered. Messages from the Governor, reports of standing committees, reports of select committees, communications and reports from state officers, motions and resolutions. Senator Gianaris.
Good afternoon, Madam President. Let's begin by recognizing Senator Bailey for an introduction, please.
Senator Bailey for an introduction.
Thank you, Madam President. Good afternoon, everybody, but good afternoon, world. You may be looking at me, I look a little different today. I have a suit and tie and a jacket, but I have a quarter zip on, Madam President. Now, what is a quarter zip? It's something that people have been having in their closets for quite some time, but nobody brought it to the forefront like Jason Gyamfi, a 22-year-old graduate of Allegheny College from the Bronx, when on a whim he decided to make a video saying, we're not wearing Nike Techs and drinking coffee anymore. We're drinking matchas and wearing quarter zips. Now, however humorous of a quip that was, it inspired people worldwide to think about the manner in which they were dressing and elevating beyond. And see, now for many young men, specifically black and brown men in urban communities, they saw this as a clarion call, a call to action to, no, we're not saying you can't wear a sweatsuit, but you can dress up. And when you dress up, you bring your best self and you present your best foot forward. And Jason has been doing that. He's been on TV, he's been in publications, he's been in blogs, and he's been the same humble young man from the Bronx all the time. He wants you to know that he believes in family, faith, and relatability. And he is someone who, sometimes people look up to different young people, and I don't really subscribe to all of that. This is a young man that our generation, a young generation, can look up to. He's about positivity. He's about making sure that the quarter zip continues. And he's got me, he's got Senator Murray, and he's got Senator Palumbo in a quarter zip. If that doesn't tell you that this spirit is catching on worldwide, I don't know what will. Madam President, if you could please extend all of the privileges and cordialities of his heart, of the House, to an incredible young man who is making sure that we're not wearing Nike Techs no more. It's quarter zipping matches.
Thank you, Senator Bailey. To our guest, Jason Gyamfi. Say it again. Gyamfi. I got it. The innovator of the quarter zip. Thank you for joining us on the Senate floor. We welcome you and grant all the cordialities of the House. Please rise and be recognized. Senator Gianaris.
Madam President, there's a privilege resolution at the desk. Please take that up, read its title, and recognize Senator Cooney on that resolution.
There's a privilege resolution at the desk. The Secretary will read.
Resolution 1515 by Senator Cooney, memorializing Governor Kathy Hochul to proclaim July 1st, 2026 as Canada Day in the state of New York.
Senator Cooney on the resolution.
Thank you, Madam President, and thank you to Majority Leader Andrea Stewart-Cousins for bringing this resolution to the floor. We are here today to make one thing very clear. New York has been and will remain a steadfast neighbor, ally, and friend to Canada. As we are faced with the blatant hostility at the federal level, you can rest assured that this friendship will never waver. With nearly 450 miles of shared border between us, our economic and cultural bonds are so closely intertwined. Canada is New York's primary export market, with over $17 billion in exports and over $37 billion in annual bilateral trade. Thousands of companies employ workers on both sides of our border, and the connection represents a key cog in several supply chains. But this just scratches the surface. Whether it's collaborating on public health responses, the security of our people, or the infrastructure projects we both share, or now even collaborating on media. One recent Canadian import, heated rivalry, has caused a lot of buzz here in the U.S. But here in New York, we know how fortunate we are to have such a strong ally. And that's why we're here today, to honor the bonds that tie our people together. And we are asking that New York recognize July 1st to be memorialized as Canada Day here in the state of New York. It's an honor to again introduce this resolution, joined by so many Canadian dignitaries join with me on the floor today. I want to thank Consul General Tom Clark, not only for joining us here today, but for all the work you and your team do every day to strengthen that relationship between New York and Canada. And I want to thank everyone here joining us on the floor, representatives from the Consulate, the Canada Border Services Agency, Royal Canadian Mounted Police, and Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada. I also want to especially thank our Sergeant Major who is here for joining us on the floor. Welcome to Albany. Welcome to our New York State Capitol. We are so grateful for your partnership, and we are grateful that you are allies to the North.
Thank you, Senator Cooney. To our guests who are here on behalf of Canada Day, the Consul General, and all the distinguished dignitaries representing the great nation of Canada, we're so distinguished and lucky to have you joining us again in the Senate chamber. Please rise and be recognized. Senator Gianaris.
Now we're going to move on to previously adopted Resolution 1475 by Senator Hinchey. Please read that resolution's title and recognize Senator Hinchey.
The Secretary will read.
Resolution 1475 by Senator Hinchey, memorializing Governor Kathy Hochul to proclaim February 21st through 28th, 2026 as National FFA Organization Week in the state of New York.
Senator Hinchey on the resolution.
Thank you, Madam President. I rise today in support of my resolution proclaiming February 21st through 28th as National FFA Organization Week in the state of New York. Chairing the Agriculture Committee comes with many privileges, but the greatest privilege is seeing our young people step up as stewards of our natural resources and agricultural heritage, carrying forward New York's tradition of ensuring a strong local food supply. Our pride in that history is matched only by our optimism for what we can achieve together. And today, I want to recognize a beacon of our future, our FFA students. FFA has been the bedrock of outstanding student leadership in New York. It helps students discover their strengths, find ways to serve their communities, and become leaders across every sector of the agricultural industry and far beyond it. One part of the FFA motto is living to serve. That value runs through everything these students do. Service to their communities, service to the land, service to the future generations that they may never meet. That commitment is incredibly inspiring, and it drives all of us in this chamber to be and to do better. I want to welcome all of the FFA members from across the state who have been here today. You've probably seen them in the halls roving with their blue jackets that we all wish we could wear. It's one of our favorite days at the Capitol. And I want to give a special shout out to 4 chapters from my district: Coxsackie, Athens, Taconic Hills, Pine Plains, and Greenville. In just the last 2 years, FFA chapters in New York have grown by more than 20% and over 12% in membership. Today, we have nearly 200 chapters and almost 14,000 members statewide. In my district alone, we now have 11 chapters, including 3 new ones added in recent years. And one of, for a bit, the largest may still be, but one of the strongest chapters is located in Queens. And so I encourage all of our colleagues from the city who want to check out an FFA chapter, go check out Queens. They're doing great stuff. That growth signals something important. Young people understand what's at stake and why their leadership is needed now more than ever. FFA is a tradition worth protecting and one we must continue to support here in New York. Because as the climate crisis intensifies and food systems grow more fragile, our future depends on informed, innovative, and responsible leadership and those who will defend it. I want to recognize the teachers, too, who dedicate their time to agricultural education and to supporting our students across the state. And to our FFA student leaders, thank you for your hard work, your commitment, and your dedication to service above all else. The future of New York looks exceptionally bright with such dedicated young people at the forefront. And I'm incredibly honored to be able to welcome you to the Senate and to the legislature today, but to the Senate chamber this afternoon. Madam President, please welcome them and give them all of the courtesies of this chamber. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Senator Hinchey. Senator Helming on the resolution.
Thank you, Madam President. I rise today to recognize the outstanding students and advisors of Future Farmers of America. I'd like to thank our FFA members for the important role they play in my district in Livingston, Ontario, Monroe, and Wayne counties, and in communities all across our entire state. It's no secret that I've been a longtime huge fan and supporter of FFA and the hands-on learning opportunities it provides, really helping our young people develop leadership skills to build their confidence and prepare for their futures. I'm really inspired by the way FFA students engage with their communities, how they educate others about the importance of agriculture, and how they share their perspectives with elected officials, all while learning the importance of civil, respectful communication. Earlier today, I had the opportunity to meet with several FFA representatives visiting from the Marion, Marcus Whitman, and Mid-Lakes Central School Districts, including Emma May White of Mid-Lakes, Jenna Kuhn and Emery Skirkin of Marion, and Elaine Vaughn and Ava Gage of Marcus Whitman. They were here along with their advisor and teacher, Brennan Daly. And I want to say a special thank you to Brennan. He was here in 2019, which seems not that long ago, as a former FFA member who visited as a student. And seeing him return now as an educator is especially meaningful and a powerful reminder of the positive, lasting impact of this program. So to all of our FFA students and advisors, I'd like to thank you for your leadership, for your dedication and commitment to agriculture and public service. You represent the absolute very best of our rural communities, and your work is strengthening the future of our state. Thank you all.
Thank you, Senator Helming. To our guests from FFA and their advisors and other teachers that are here with them, thank you for joining us in the Senate chamber. We welcome you, extend the cordialities of the House, and are so pleased you could join us here today. Please rise and be recognized. Senator Gianaris.
Madam President, can we return to Privileged Resolution 1515 just to call that vote, please?
The question is on the resolution. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Opposed, nay. The resolution is adopted. Senator Gianaris.
Thank you, Madam President. At the request of the sponsors, the resolutions we took up today are open for co-sponsorship.
The resolutions are open for co-sponsorship. Should you choose not to be a co-sponsor on the resolutions, please notify the desk. Senator Gianaris.
Let's take up the calendar, please.
The Secretary will read it.
Calendar number 50, Senate Print 8750 by Senator Broussard, an act establishing a fiscal task force.
Read the last section.
Section 2, this act will take effect immediately.
Call the roll.
Addabbo, Giannaris Kruger, Ort, Stewart Cousins, White.
Announce the results.
Ayes 60.
The bill is passed.
Calendar number 52, Senate Print 270 by Senator Harkman, an act to amend the Environmental Conservation Law.
Read the last section.
Section 2, this act shall take effect immediately.
Call the roll.
Addabbo, Giannaris Kruger, Ort, Stewart Cousins, White.
Announce the result.
In relation to calendar 52, voted in the negative are Senators Borrello, Griffo, Lanza, Walzig, and White. Ayes 55, nays 5.
Bill is passed.
Calendar number 58, Senate Print 1187 by Senator Addabbo, an act to amend the Environmental Conservation Law.
Read the last section.
Section 2, this act shall take effect immediately.
Call the roll.
Addabbo, Giannaris Kruger, Ort, Stewart Cousins, White.
Announce the results.
In relation to calendar 58, voted in the negative are Senators Lanza and Ort. Ayes 58, nays 2.
The bill is passed.
Calendar number 79, Assembly number 9514 by Assemblymember Cunningham, an act to amend a chapter of the law of 2025.
Read the last section.
Section 2, this act shall take effect on the same date and in the same manner as a chapter of the laws of 2025.
Call the roll.
Addabbo, Giannaris Kruger, Ort, Stewart Cousins, White.
Senator Webb to explain her vote.
Madam President, I rise to speak on this very important legislation that addresses a very simple but most certainly very powerful truth that no college student in our great state should ever have to choose between going to class and going hungry. More than 40% of New York State college students are experiencing food insecurity, and we are seeing this happen in both our SUNY and CUNY systems. What this bill does is that it makes a very small but very meaningful change. It excludes food sold to students using approved donation programs, such as donated meal points or designated food funds, from being subjected to sales tax. Now, this may seem very technical, but the goal is very clear: to remove any financial barrier that should have never existed in the first place. Madam President, as I mentioned earlier, across our SUNY and CUNY campuses, far too many students are experiencing food insecurity. This means that our students are having challenges in paying attention during class, having other challenges as well. Most certainly, these hardworking students are skipping meals, relying on food pantries, or choosing between basic necessities in order to stay enrolled and succeed. Organizations that we have supported here in our chamber and beyond, like Swipe Out Hunger, which has over 750 partnerships throughout the country, and over 60 institutions right here in our state participate with them, and other campus-led meal share programs have stepped up to fill this gap. They collect and redistribute unused meal swipes or meal dollars to students in need. These solutions are student-led, campus-driven, and rooted in compassion. This legislation is a part of a much broader commitment to treat food security on college campuses as a very serious public policy issue, and I would dare say public health issue. A commitment to make higher education more equitable, not just in tuition, as we have consistently worked on in this chamber, but in the basic dignity of being able to learn without being hungry. I vote aye, and I want to also thank my assembly sponsor, Assemblymember Cunningham, for this legislation. I encourage my colleagues to vote aye as well. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you. Senator Webb to be recorded in the affirmative. Announce the results.
Ayes 60.
The bill is passed.
Calendar number 106, Senate Print 4574B by Senator May, an act to amend the Environmental Conservation Law.
The bill is laid aside for the day.
Calendar number 109, Senate Print 7551 by Senator Bino, an act to establish a bottle redemption fraud task force.
Read the last section.
Section 6, this act shall take effect immediately.
Call the roll.
Addabbo, Giannaris Kruger, Ort, Stewart Cousins, White.
Announce the results.
In relation to calendar 109, voted in the negative are Senators Lanza, Matera, Murray, O'Mara, Ort, and White. Ayes 54, nays 6.
The bill is passed.
Calendar number 111, Senate Print 518C by Senator Prasad, an act to amend the executive law.
Read the last section.
Section 7, this act shall take effect immediately.
Call the roll.
Addabbo, Giannaris Kruger, Ort, Stewart Cousins, White.
Announce the results.
In relation to calendar 111, voted in the negative are Senators Borrello, Chan, Gallivan, Griffo, Helming, Murray, Oberacker, O'Mara, Ord, Rhodes, Steck, Walzig, and White. Ayes 47, nays 13.
Bill is passed.
Calendar number 123, Senate Print 4071A by Senator May, enactment of the Public Authorities Law.
The bill is laid aside for the day.
Calendar number 125, Senate Print 5551 by Senator Clear, enactment of the New York State Urban Development Corporation Act.
Read the last section.
Section 5, this act shall take effect immediately.
Call the roll.
Dabo, Gianaris Kruger, Ort, Sewell Cousins White.
Announce the results.
Ayes 60.
The bill is passed.
Calendar number 126, Senate Print 607B by Senator Stavisky, enactment of education law.
Read the last section.
Section 15, this act shall take effect 18 months after it shall become a law.
Call the roll.
Dabo, Gianaris Kruger, Ort, Sewell Cousins White.
Announce the results.
Ayes 60.
The bill is passed.
Calendar number 129, Senate Print 4548 by Senator Stavisky, enactment of education law.
Read the last section.
Section 2, this act shall take effect on the 180th day, shall become a law.
Call the roll.
Adabo, Gianaris Kruger, Ort, Sewell Cousins White.
Announce the results.
In relation to calendar 129, voted in the negative are Senators Martinez, Murray, Walzig, and White. Ayes 56, nays 4.
Bill is passed.
Calendar number 132, Senate Print 4518 by Senator Ramos, enactment of the Workers' Compensation Law.
Read the last section.
Section 2, this act shall take effect immediately.
Call the roll.
Adabo, Gianaris Kruger, Ort, Sewell Cousins White.
Announce the results.
In relation to calendar 132, voted in the negative are Senators Borrello, Canzeri Fitzpatrick, Walzig, and White. Ayes 56, nays 4.
The bill is passed.
Calendar number 133, Senate Print 4816 by Senator Ryan, enactment of the Workers' Compensation Law.
Read the last section.
Section 7, this act shall take effect on the 120th day, shall become a law.
Call the roll.
Adabo, Gianaris Kruger, Ort, Sewell Cousins White.
Announce the results.
In relation to calendar 133, voted in the negative, Senator Walzig. Ayes 59, nays 1.
The bill is passed.
Calendar number 150, Assembly number 9484 by Assembly Member Paula, enactment of the Elder Law.
Read the last section.
Section 2, this act shall take effect on the same date and in the same manner as a chapter of the law of 2025.
Announce the results.
Adabo, Gianaris Kruger, Ort, Sewell Cousins White. Ayes 60.
The bill is passed.
Calendar number 151, Senate Print 8760 by Senator Sanders, enactment of the Real Property Law.
Read the last section.
Section 2, this act shall take effect on the same date and in the same manner as a chapter of the law of 2025.
Call the roll.
Adabo, Gianaris Kruger, Ort, Sewell Cousins White.
Senator Sanders to explain his vote.
Thank you, Madam President. Years ago in this state, we had covenants that were saying things like no blacks, Irish, or dogs allowed. We felt that that was wrong and we struck that down. We want to continue that process, and I'm encouraging everybody to look at this anew and realize what we're voting on, and let's get rid of that old, ancient, hateful language, and let's go on. Thank you very much, Madam President. I vote aye.
Senator Sanders to be recorded in the affirmative. Announce the results.
In relation to calendar 151, voted in the negative are Senators Borrello, Canzeri Fitzpatrick, Chan, Griffo, Helming, Lanza, Matera, Oberacker, O'Mara, Ort, Steck, Tedisco, Walzig, and White. Ayes 46, nays 14.
The bill is passed.
Calendar number 152, Assembly number 9443 by Assembly Member Steck, enactment of the General Business Law.
Read the last
Section 2,
section.
Section 2, this act shall take effect on the same date and in the same manner as a chapter of the laws of 2025.
Call the roll.
Adabo, Gianaris Kruger, Ort, Sewell Cousins White.
Senator Palumbo to explain his vote.
Thank you, Madam President. This is a good bill. I'm going to vote for this bill requiring labeling of kratom. But there's a lot more that needs to be addressed with this particular plant. There's a highly addictive opioid, a synthetic opioid that's derived from the kratom plant. The reason why, of course, we're putting labels on it today is because of that concern. And it's 7-OH is the short version for what this drug is. And it has caused numerous deaths. It's extremely dangerous. People get quick tolerances to it, so they need larger and larger doses of it, and it's not on Schedule II. In fact, I could sell it in the lobby if I chose to. So this needs to be the year that we ban 7-OH. It's a controlled substance. It's killing our residents. We need to make it a controlled substance because we are not keeping up with the radical aspects of synthetic drugs where they're just making the recipe ever so slightly different, and it's no longer considered a crime. But I certainly vote for this bill, and I thank you, Madam President, for your indulgence.
Senator Palumbo to be recorded in the affirmative. Announce the result.
Ayes 60.
The bill is passed.
Calendar number 153, Assembly number 9456 by Assemblymember Raj Kumar. Enactment of State Finance Law.
Read the last section.
Section 2, this act shall take effect immediately.
Call the roll.
Dabo, Gennaro, Kruger, Ort, Cousins, White.
Announce the result.
Ayes 60.
Bill is passed.
Calendar number 154, Assembly number 9510 by Assemblymember Boras. Enactment of the Insurance Law.
Read the last section.
Section 2, this act shall take effect immediately.
Call the roll.
Dabo, Gennaro, Kruger, Ort, Cousins, White.
Announce the result.
Ayes 60.
Bill is passed.
Calendar number 160, Senate Print 240 by Senator Kruger. Enactment of the Emergency Tenant Protection Act.
Read the last section.
Section 6, this act shall take effect on the 60th day and shall become a law.
Call the roll.
Dabo, Gennaro, Kruger, Ort, Cousins, White.
Announce the result.
In relation to Calendar 160, voted in the negative are Senators Martinez and Walzig, ayes 58, nays 2.
Bill is passed.
Calendar number 164, Senate Print 11 by Senator Skoufis, enactment of the Public Health Law.
Read the last section.
Section 3, this act shall take effect on the 180th day, it shall become a law.
Call the roll.
Dabo, Gennaro, Kruger, Ort, Cousins, White.
Announce the result.
Ayes 60.
The bill is passed. Senator Gianaris, that completes the reading of today's calendar.
Is there any further business at the desk?
There is no further business at the desk.
Move to adjourn until tomorrow, Wednesday, February 4th at 3 p.m.
On motion, the Senate stands adjourned until Wednesday, February 4th at 3 p.m.